Big 12 is a vicious, when I say vicious, conference, and we knew that Iowa State is never going to back down, so we wanted to just come out there and rally back, and it was an exciting game.
Next question from Andrew Miner with Bears Illustrated.
Hey, Adam, you guys were missing Jonathan Chachua tonight. How much did you guys miss his energy on the court?
We definitely missed him out there. He's a great, great teammate, and he brings that energy, that fire, and we definitely missed him out there, but we knew that we had to have the next man step up, and I think we did that. So.
And did it feel good having such a tight ball game, something that was a new experience for you guys to prepare you more for March?
It was fun, but we definitely don't ever want to get down like that. But it was a fun game. We're glad we came back.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question from Kevin Longquist with SicEmSports.com.
Yeah, Adam, you guys closed the half. I think it was like a 17-5 run to get to within 5. How big was that run for you guys just to get within striking distance at the half?
It was big time. We just tried to take advantage of every possession, and we knew that if we could just continue to chop down in the lead, that we could come back and win the game.
What did you guys learn about your offense tonight? Because you guys have been so good in transition, but you didn't really get that much of an opportunity tonight. So what did you learn about what this offense can do without that part of it?
We just learned that we can score at a high level. We knew that it wasn't one thing that we solely were good at offensively. We have a lot of things that we can do. So it was just good to know that we could adjust on the fly and be able to still win the game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This question from Joe Trahan with WFAA TV in Dallas.
Yeah, having this layoff this late in the season, it was a great comeback win tonight. But can you tell me what you think it'll take out of you and your teammates moving forward to try and ramp back up to be your best, kind of when it matters the most?
It's going to take a lot, but we have a group of guys that really want it. And when we all put our minds to it, when we're all playing selfless and for each other, we know that we can compete with anybody and get the job done. So we're excited for the challenge.
Getting over the hump tonight, knowing how difficult it was, can that springboard you guys?
It definitely can. We're definitely going to go back and watch film and just see where we went wrong. But we know that this season is a marathon, and we're just excited to be a part of it.
Thanks.
Next question from David Smoke with SicEm 365.
Adam, can you try to describe what you guys have been through? I know that you've been through a lot, but the last 3 weeks and what this like to win a game like this in a gutty way, even with Iowa State's record?
The best way I could kind of explain what was going on is we just had a lot of guys that were out on numerous reasons, and we just all weren't together. And spending time apart really makes it difficult to practice and do everything. So the coaching staff did a great job of keeping all of us that were available in shape and everything. But when the guys came back, they were excited, they were ready, and we were just able to kind of get back going, and we were just excited to win this game. We knew it was going to be a tough one.
Without just saying yes, because it's a bad question, it's a yes question, but are you relieved in a way? What does it mean, Joe mentioned this earlier, just to get this one out of the way?
I would say yes. We are relieved. We definitely wanted to come out and win this game with everything going on, COVID and everything. It's just a tough thing. So we were just excited to be back on that court, and we just try to take full advantage of it.
Well, first and foremost, really excited to win, really excited to be back. And obviously, does 3 weeks affect your play 100%? But at the same time, I think Iowa State deserves a lot of credit. They 10 for 21 from the field, 29 for 60. I mean, they shot it well, really competed. And I know you look at their record, but it's not indicative of how well coached they are and how much they compete and fight. And most games this year, they're either leading or right there with 5 minutes to go or 10 minutes to go in the second half. So great win for us today, and excited that we were able to get some rust off and get back on the court.
If you have a question for Coach Drew, please use the raise hand function. I'll call on you individually. First up is John Werner with the Waco Tribune Herald.
Scott, did you feel like it took a while for you guys to get your legs under you?
Well, I don't think we have them under us yet. It'll take a couple more days of practice. Hopefully, it doesn't take a couple more games. But again, teams coming off pause. There's a variety of reasons you come off a pause, and the ones that I think ours is probably similar to Louisville's.
What'd you feel like it said about your team to come back from that big a deficit to have the poise to hang in there?
Well, I think it really showed a lot of heart from our guys. I mean, I've talked to a lot of coaches that have had long pauses, and for those that have had it for reasons like us, normally they say 3 games until you're normal.
Coach Hill was struggling to score early, and then Adam Flagler came in and really gave you all a spark. How important was he today coming off the bench?
Well, he was really, really important. Remember, he was gone from the team a little bit earlier in the year, and he knew what the guys were going through. So he's been working really hard, and was excited to contribute and help. And he did a great job giving us a spark. And I thought defensively, especially second half, he picked it up. And I'd like to blame the offense in the first half on Smokey because we listened to him a lot, and we won't do that again.
Next question from Andrew Miner with Bears Illustrated.
Coach, I think you guys had 9 turnovers about midway through the first half, and you guys finished with 12. What from your vantage point, what did you see that was the cause for that? Whether scheme?
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Well, I always got to give the other team credit. I thought Iowa State had a great game plan. They played really intense and did a great job. But definitely, the more we settled in and we looked a lot more like ourselves as the game wore on, and that's important because you can't. We gave up way too many transition points that allowed them to get that early lead, and that's always a big concern from every coach coming back from extended break is don't turn it over, and can you get back in transition?
And then Mark Vital had a stretch with about 5 minutes left where he got the steal and then the fast break layup that seemed to turn momentum. How did that feel, live on the bench in the stadium, and what does Mark mean to the team?
Well, I mean, Mark, I told him we need him to really rebound today, knowing that John wasn't going to be there. And obviously the first time we played him, we weren't great on the glass. And he gave us 8 offensive boards, 15 total, and a monster effort out of him. And defensively really changed things when we started switching everything. And he's such a presence on the defensive end.
Thank you.
Next question from David Smoke with Sick'em 365.
Scott, can you try to put into perspective what you guys just did? Not just winning the game, but how you had to battle back, but also what you've been through for 3 weeks. Can you put it into words?
Well, if COVID wasn't enough for us, then you throw in a blizzard on top of it or an ice storm. I mean, we've seen 2 things supposedly once every 100 years, and hopefully this is like a once-in-a-100 type season, but happens a lot more after this. So, I mean, our guys I think have been really positive all year long, controlled what they could control. But tonight was really a gut check. I mean, their closest game was, I think, 8 points. And when you're not playing well and you're not back to what you're used to, and you can battle back and get a win when all the pressure's on you, that says a lot about our guys. And again, when you make history, it's never easy. And best start in Baylor history, that 18th win was a tough one, just like all the others.
Can you try to put in how important it is not to have to turn right around and play Thursday, and you get a little more of a chance to get your legs back? How big was that decision today?
Well, I think has that been released? Our rest of our schedule, so it shows you where my locked in focus has been, and I thought it was a great decision by the league, releasing everything and trying to make it as equal and as fair, and not putting teams in harm's way, playing too many games in a short period of time heading into March. So definitely, I know we'll use this time to get some practice and try to use the Cliff Notes version to get back as quick as we can and get ready for our next game.
Final question for Coach Drew comes from Jason King with Sick'em 365.
Scott, what are your thoughts just on how this whole thing's going to play out with now that the schedule's been released and it looks like you're playing 14 games? I mean, I know it's not ideal, but
No, I mean we all want to play all of them, and at the same time, I know like when you watch the Super Bowl, it was a blessing we were able to get to that point. And I think when we finish the college basketball season, no matter how many games we've been able to play, it's a blessing these guys had that opportunity, especially last year when people didn't have an opportunity to play in March. So again, I haven't had a chance to look at everybody's conference schedule and see exactly who everybody plays when and when we play everybody. But I can tell you one thing, I'm going to sleep well tonight.
what about as it relates to the Big 12 title? Is the goal just to mathematically make it obvious that no matter how many games you played, you
Well, I mean, right now, every team wants to win the next game. So, I mean, to say we want to win one more, two more, three more. I mean, we're really focused on each and every game, finding a way to go 1-0, and if we do that, that's how you get to the top of the mountain. And I know we aren't going to stop with how we've been addressing that.
All right, we got the Warrior Mark Vital step into the podium.
Y'all see my haircut? New man, bro. New man.
All right, if you have a question for Mark, please use the raise hand function. I'll call on you individually. First up, John Werner with the Waco Tribune Herald.
Mark, with everyday John being out, did you feel like you had to really step up, especially on the boards?
Yeah, for sure. Coach Drew always say next man up. You never know what's going to happen. We prepared for this, with COVID and everything. So Coach Drew already told us, like, the next man got to step up, and he preached that a lot. So when that happened, I know I had to get back into the groove of me playing, the way I used to when I was playing the 5. If you remember a couple years ago, I played the 5, so I had to remember some of those stuff and get back into that groove. But I think Flo did a good job, too, also stepping up. A lot of guys, Matt also played a little bit of 4-5, so with those guys, everybody had to step up, next man up.
Your block in the last minute, what happened on that play? What'd you see?
I had a couple blocks. Which block you're talking about?
Yeah, I guess you did.
What block?
One about 2 minutes left.
Uh-huh.
You remember that one or?
I remember one I spiked real hard, and I remember one towards the end where I hit it out, and Maceo, I guess, grabbed it and hit it off the guy. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I basically just try to read. I always tell the guys, to ride the hip, and I can't give you the details because the team going to probably see this, but, I tell them to ride the hip, and I watched LeBron do a lot of it, and so I just try to base a lot of stuff off of that. And Maceo being a smart player, he knew once I hit it, he runs to the corner, and he threw it off the man. So that's a vet move right there from Maceo.
Thanks.
That changed the game. That Maceo throw off changed the game.
This question from Jason King with Sigum 365.
My guy.
Jason, you're muted if you're trying to ask. There you go.
Jason, I can't see you. What you doing? You eating?
Yeah.
Oh man, hey, what you eating?
No, man, camera's not working too well much.
Uh-huh.
Can you just describe the emotions of you guys tonight coming into this, and how excited you were to get back on the court, and also just physically how long it took before y'all were feeling like yourselves again?
I can tell you now that we were so excited. Once we got the schedule and knew what we were doing, we was going to play. But we also knew that it was going to be a tough game. That we was coming back from being off for 21, 22, something like that. Being off for that long, and then we know some guys going to probably be fatigued, and so we just prepared in a different way. We knew that was going to be a tough battle, and Iowa State can beat anybody. I don't care. I don't even look at their record because I know they can beat. You see in the first half how great they is. Like, they're a good team. They can beat you. So we knew it wasn't going to be a 24 blowout or something like that. Like people be saying on Twitter, I'll be watching y'all.
Next question from Kendall Cout with Our Daily Bears.
Mark, you played the most minutes you played this season. How were you able to stay fresh for this game coming off such a long pause?
I really just had to lock in and know that I had to play more minutes because of, like I said, next man up. So I really try to stay locked in on that and play as hard as I can. Like I said, whatever coach throw in front of me, that's what I do. Like, I got a reputation of being the hardest player in the country, and I feel like I am, so I got to do it. So whatever coach wants from me, that's what I got to do. So if he want me to play 40 minutes and, do whatever he want me to do, I do it. So if he tell me to run through a wall, I do it. So.
Next question from Andrew Miner with Bears Illustrated.
Mark, you said that block and Macio's throwing off the guy changed the game. There was another play, stretch of plays a few minutes before that with about 5 minutes left where you got a foul shot and then on defense possession got a steal to spark a fast break where you finished with a layup. And Iowa State called a timeout. That really seemed to change the game. I just wanted to see if you could comment on that and how that felt like when in the moment.
Right. So, like I said, I really think, to be honest, I feel like we had a lot of different plays where everything was changing. I mean, they had one play with Devion, the guys tried to switch and Devion got a steal. He poked from the back, and then they had a steal when Allen was just coming in and spraying. I mean, like, it's so many different plays, and the play you talking about, I feel like it also changed the game, but we can go down a list and see how many different plays that we have from different guys. Like, I feel like a lot of guys stepped up, so with that play right there in particular, like, what I'm saying? Like, I just know that once that block happened, I got to run the flow. And Coach always preached to me, you got to run the flow, so nobody can keep up with you. So I ran the flow, great pass. Coach called a timeout that changed everything. Everybody got loud. The crowd got loud. If they answer your question, that's good.
Yes, sir. Yeah, fair enough. It was a good point. And then I just wanted to touch base. It was very noticeable that all the haircuts, it seemed like you and a lot of other guys had really good-looking haircuts.
You like it?
Was that a coordinated effort, or it looked good
Nah.
on camera?
Oh, man. I had to do something different, man. I had to go back to my freshman year, and, so I had to do that. But you see Jackson and Matt with the mullets. That's the Muller brothers, man. That's the Muller brothers. They trying to get, Zach and some other guys. They recruiting right now. They might even get DK to do something. DK got to grow his out.
Nope. All right, next question from Matt Mosley with ESPN Central Texas.
How long, Mark, will it take before you think you guys are back to what we've become accustomed to? Is that something, are we 2 weeks away from that? Are we a week away from that? What do you, in your mind, how long do you think that'll take?
Honestly, I just think we got to go 1-0. And I know you hear that a lot, and Coach preaches a lot, but I feel like you got 1-0 every day. We got to come in practice, and we got to stay locked in. You never know. We might come in tomorrow and do something different, and next thing you know, we getting back into a groove and shooting. Like, it wasn't probably our best shooting. I don't know what was the percentage, but, like, we might get in a groove. We might just be all shooting. It just take time, and just go 1-0 every day, and it's going to happen. I mean, take every day and don't take it for granted.
You seem to have the most energy. What were you doing during, like the ice storm? Did you get in a gym? How were you kind of staying in condition during all this?
So I got a Alaskan Malamute. It sounds crazy. I got an Alaskan Malamute. That's a husky, if you don't know what that is. So they like the snow. So I took her out, and I used to chase her and stuff like that, and just she used to juke me and everything because, she loved the snow. So that's what I used to do, take her to the dog park and just run with her. And other than that, watch some games. Fendi is my dog's name.
Fendi, spell that.
Like the designer.
Oh, like Fendi?
Uh-huh. I don't own no Fendi, yo.
Next question from Will Chambly with the Baylor Lariat.
You said Will Chamberlain?
Chambly, not Will Chamberlain.
I'm messing with you.
Mark, Matt played the 5 for the first time this season. How much have you seen him grow, not only this season, but over his career at Baylor?
Man, Matt grew so much, and I always appreciate to him that I don't care what's going on the floor. You're going to grow, because it took me time to grow. I've been in your position. I was immature at one point. I was doing some different stuff, and he grew as a player. And as you can see, he took a package out of everybody's book because he's watching us. Matt became a better rebounder. He took it from me. He a better defender. He took it from me. A better shooter watching Maceo. You see that Devion and everybody do a great job, driving and everything. Matt was always that guy that learned, and then he got everything that's NBA, I always tell him that I feel that he got the most NBA everything, 6'9", shoot, athletic. So I feel like he got it all.
Final question from David Smoke with Sigm 365.
Mark, you seem to be about as wired up as you could possibly be right now. How much of that is adrenaline still, or how much of that is just be relieved to see this game is over and you won?
That's just me. Just how I am, man. I'm on energy, man. That's just me. As you can see, I'm jiggers now. Like, I can play another half. I'm just a guy that likes to keep the energy, keeping guys happy. You got to be a happy person to keep other guys happy. And, like, right now, we got a shirt right now that say mental health awareness. And, so a lot of stuff you got to really pay attention to. Like, you never know what's going on with other people. You always got to check on your people, so you never know what's going on. So I try to be that guy to keep everybody happy, because you never know how people's days go. Even sometimes with me, you got to keep everything going, So everybody deal with demons, everybody do everything, but you got to try to keep everybody happy. And that's what I try to do, bring happiness to everybody.
Speaking of that, then how proud are you when you look to your left and right or in front of you in that locker room and realize what you guys accomplished tonight?
Everybody was so happy, man, and I was tired, so I really didn't look left and right. I was looking down. But everybody was happy, though, man, including Coach Drew. So it's joy. Like they say, it's joy. They preach it a lot. And like I say, everybody needs to shine light on mental health. Like everybody deal with something, including myself. So everybody needs to deal with it.